Today, life skill number 3 for your journey to a much happier version of yourself. Now, imagine for a moment you're walking along a deserted beach soon after sunrise. Behind you is the simple beachside shack you rented for a holiday. Ahead, a vast expanse of white sand, and to your right, you can see the sparkling waters of a calm sea. The early morning sun is playing tricks with your eyes. The surface of the ocean looks like a carpet scattered with diamonds chasing each other in circles. You're so captivated by the peacefulness and beauty that you fail to notice a bright green bottle on the sand until you step right on it. Well, you pick up the bottle to take it home and dispose of it in the proper place. But this bottle is different. It seems to have a moving liquid inside. You rub the salt off one side of the bottle to get a better look, and suddenly there's a flash of golden light. The moving liquid shoots out into the surrounding air, which glows with the unmistakable glimmering form of a genie. For a moment you forget to breathe. Could this be happening? Are genies real or just characters from your childhood reading of Arabian Nights? You don't have to wait to find out, because the genie speaks. "Master, you have summoned me to grant you 6 wishes, says the genie. "What? Any 6 things I want?" you call out breathlessly. "No, master, I do not have the power to grant you anything," the genie replies. "Just 6 wishes that will benefit your body or your mind and bring joy to others." Well, your mind is racing now. You dread asking the wrong kind of question and forfeiting the life-changing opportunity. What to ask for? A fast car, a prestige job, a private jet? These wishes break the genie's rule because they don't benefit your mind or your body or the people around you. In a moment, it all becomes clear. What's good for your mind and your body will automatically benefit the people around you, in particular those you love. "Please give me a stronger immune system to protect me from disease," you ask. "Wish 1 granted," replies the genie. Please reduce my stress and anxiety." "Wish 2 granted," replies the genie. Please make my relationships healthier and happier." "Wish 3 granted," replies the genie. Please lower my blood pressure to reduce my risk of heart attack or stroke." "Wish 4 granted," replies the genie. Please give me improved emotional health." "Wish 5 granted," replies the genie. And improved self-esteem," you add. "Wish 6 granted, and that is all I can give you," replies the genie. "But how is all this possible?" you ask. The genie pauses before answering, then looks you straight in the eye. "Because I am giving you the power to forgive." The genie is correct. According to the Mayo Clinic, your 6 wishes are all the happy consequences of forgiving others. They may seem unconnected, since some concern the body and some the mind. But Dr. Everett Worthington, Professor of Psychology at Virginia Commonwealth University, explains how forgiving others can improve psychological well-being, physical health, and relationships. Forgiveness is psychological, biological, and social. It's the true mind-body connection, says Dr. Worthington. You might expect some inflated promise about forgiveness from a positive thinking blog or a self-appointed internet guru, but here you have medical authorities attaching mind, body, and relational benefits to the simple act of forgiving those who've caused you pain. Joybusters, meaning the people whose deliberate actions have hurt you, have a powerful advantage. Every time you recall what they did and how wrong it was, the pain comes back. So Joybusters can keep on hurting you long after the original event has disappeared into the past. Physical pain doesn't have that ability. We may have suffered severe physical pain at some stage, but thinking about it doesn't bring it back. Recalling the emotional pain caused by people who have wronged you brings it all back, sometimes with interest. This recurring pain can last a lifetime unless, difficult though it may seem, you forgive them. Now ask yourself, does your forgiveness help them? Well, it might in some cases. If they are genuinely sorry, your forgiveness will spare them further remorse and may, if you want it, restore the relationship. But life skill 3, forgive the Joybusters, is primarily for situations where restoring the relationship is unlikely or impossible. Perhaps your Joybuster is far away and can't be contacted. Perhaps they have no interest in anything you say or do. If you forgive them, you are declaring them not guilty. And because they're not guilty, you have no reason to avenge their harmful act or punish them for their wrongs. A desire for vengeance gives the people who wronged you a continuing power over you. The real benefit of forgiving is that it gives you power over a lifetime of pent-up feelings of resentment and a desire for retribution. Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, said Albert Einstein. In February 2002, ABC Sydney Radio interviewed Sarah Thompson, whose son Clinton was among 200 tourists killed in the 2002 Bali terrorist attack. She said she believed in justice and wanted the alleged mastermind, Abu Bakr Bashir, to stay in jail. But she added that on a personal level, she had forgiven him. I don't want his hate and terror to wreck my memories of Clinton, she said. Sarah Thompson's supreme act of forgiveness seems contrary to human nature. It's normal to want to pay people back. They hurt you, so if you hurt them, it's like you're back on equal terms. Society punishes wrongdoers via the courts, so it's understandable how people also want to punish the person who hurt them. But just because it's understandable doesn't make it helpful. Harbouring hostility and the desire for revenge takes up valuable emotional energy that would have been better spent on the people you love, those who deserve a place at the forefront of your mind. Hostility becomes a habit, and it feeds itself, creating hostility towards other things and other people. Hostile people tend to look for more things to be resentful about to justify their ongoing anger. This is a dangerous quest. Confucius said, "Those who cannot forgive others break the bridge over which they themselves must pass." So how do we forgive the Joybusters? The first step is to let go the idea that life should always be fair. Your adversary wronged you, and of course that isn't fair. But forgiveness starts when you acknowledge that life is sometimes unfair. There may be nothing you can do except let it go. Confronting the other person and talking it through may sometimes be an option, but more often you can't confront the other person because they've disappeared from your life, or they care little for what they did. In these cases, confronting them would only bring back painful memories of how unworthy of your forgiveness they are. The forgiveness I'm talking about takes place in your heart, and those who hurt you need never find out. You're the one who needs to change if you are to forgive others. So the other person's response doesn't matter, and there's no reason to risk rekindling old resentments by involving them. There are 6 valuable building blocks that will strengthen your capacity to forgive, right up to the level the genie on the lonely beach promised you. Now, before I explain what they are, a quick reminder to those not streaming this session on the Udemy learning platform. If you're watching a downloaded version, you're very welcome. I've made this chapter freely available. Just go to LastingHappiness.Link, that's LastingHappiness.Link, to view the full 25 video series available for a small subscription. Well, here now are the 6 mental tools to free you to forgive the Joybusters. Number 1, Write a declaration of forgiveness. Perhaps ask a trusted friend to help you do this, since the memories may still be painful. List all the wrongs in your declaration and forgive them absolutely and for all time. This is not a letter you send to the one who wronged you or publish anywhere. This declaration of forgiveness is for you to enjoy exclusively. 2. Introduce some positive self-talk. Psychologists consider positive self-talk an important component of cognitive behavioral therapy, also called CBT. The idea is to develop sentences that contradict the harmful emotion the moment you feel it. An example might be something as simple as, "You did wrong and you have to live with that. I choose not to." Number 3. Seek forgiveness for people you might have wronged. When you're a forgiven person yourself, it's easy to forgive others. People of faith usually believe that forgiving others is a condition of being spiritually cleansed themselves. People who believe they have been forgiven at some higher level find it easier to forgive others. Number 4. Practice symbolic mental imagery to take away the power of the people who hurt you. I picture the person I'm forgiving and I imagine I can open the door of their heart and inside is just a pile of ashes. They have no heart or ability to know the extent of the harm they caused me. The mental image of them appearing pathetic decreases their power over me. 5. Avoid going to places or doing things that remind you of the time you were wronged. The sights and the sounds of the place where it happened can be very evocative, and this may bring the painful experience sharply back to mind. Number 6. Choose positive experiences that nourish those parts of you that were hurt. Fill your mind with happy new memories of recent positive experiences until they drown out your unhappy memories. Surround yourself with people and experiences that restore the confidence and trust your antagonist tried to take away. Perhaps the most powerful realization you can have is that the person who wronged you is not the Joybuster at all. The resentment, hostility and vengeance you continue to harbour is the Joybuster. The genie on the lonely beach was right. The Joybuster is within you, and it is within your power to expel it.